We got special performance coming up next. Make your way to the front. We still have seats up here as well.
Now, when I transitioned out of a 15-year career working in the music industry. So we moved here about 20 years ago when I moved here when I graduated from college in Boston. And I did not grow up in LA, even though a lot of people think I did, but my grandparents moved here when my mother was a child. And this building was purchased by my grandparents in '78. And I was transitioning. I had been working with the Black Eyed Peas, and I was managing a division of Shaka Khan's foundation. And when I was working with Shaka, we were working with the schools in Watts, and I really got really close with these kids. And I never, of course, not being from LA, I didn't really know the disparity that was happening because I moved here as an import, and the majority of my work was north of Pico. And then when I was working with Shaka's foundation, we were in Watts and Compton, and I was like, oh my God, these schools don't have what? You know?
Wait, what year did you move here?
98.
Okay, yeah. The black population, I grew up in here. The black population was 14% when I was growing up in Los Angeles, and just slowly, things get more expensive and they just started moving out. It's like 7%.
Right, so, you know, like I said, being an import, I had no idea. The first time I saw the projects, I asked one of the kids, I was like, why do those buildings have numbers? That's a project. I said, in Boston, the projects look like projects. Y'all projects look like condos. But it's still, what's happening inside is still projects, you know, and I fell in love with these kids and what was happening. And 16 years ago, I became a foster parent. And so my life just kind of, you know, working and being in the studio all night wasn't really conducive when you have, you know, kids and babies. Councilman's office, Marquise Harris Dawson, they're donating us another $50,000. And I've been writing grants, and I need to write a lot of grants to rebuild this building because it's about to be like $1.2 million. So we're well, you know, I haven't taken any loans. I've funded all the renovations I've done, you know, all from money that I just worked really, really hard, and my family is all there to support.
No, I think that not even just for media, but anything that you want to do, find a way to do it. Like, I didn't know how to make a website, so I went on Instagram, and that ended up being the best thing I ever did, you know? So, like, if you want to start a podcast, pull out your phone and just post to YouTube. Like, well, the only thing I'll say is, like, all those little great ideas you have in your head, don't just let them die. Because I hear so many people, they be like, oh, this would be a good business. And then 2 years later, I'm like, did you start it? They're like, oh, no, somebody else did it. Because guess what? There's no new idea under the sun. I'm telling you, if you don't start your business, somebody else is going to start it. God ain't selfish with ideas. Nope. He's like, oh, you ain't going to do it? My son over there is going to do it. You know, so I'm just saying, if you have an idea, go and do it. Find a way, any way that you can to get that idea out. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be buttoned up. Just do it. Just start. You know what I'm saying? That's my
I love it.
We can move the needle a little bit faster, right? So we have those businesses that are 2 years in business. They're north of $100 in gross revenue, not net revenue. And they're either a minority, a woman, or a veteran-owned business. But I also say that to say no business is left behind. We just have two different channels that will run businesses down. The one thing that we look for is someone that is really sincere in this space. And they understand it's not about always making the money, but it's that brand awareness. It's that opportunity. It's, am I in it to win it? Am I looking for that quick hit and, you know, the quick dollar? That's not the business I want to help to succeed. I want those businesses that says, I'm going to be a business that turns this business into a generational business. We have so many businesses here in LA that I'm so proud to see they're in their 5th, 6th, 7th generation. And that's the goal I'm looking for. I'm looking for that 27th Street Bakery, who I think they're on their 5th. The Bowers Cleaners, they're on their 7th. That's what we want to create. In you lies generation of businesses. You are a legacy. You just have to know that I'm in this space to win it. I'm ready to go through the cycle.